Thanks for tuning in to episode number 6 of the Unknown Games podcast. We have a great show for you this week, everyone. Yes, Alex is still gone, but we have another guest. Friend of the show, Revarr, is in the house, on the podcast, and the dude is a character. We talk Astral Chain. We also talk a little bit of Kill la Kill in there, and of course, Riot had a bunch of news for us to just go all ham on. So please enjoy the show, and remember to share the podcast with your friends. We upload every Friday, so you get new episodes to take with you on the weekend. Yes, follow us on Twitter at UGP_cast, and, leave us a message on our Anchor page. We hope you enjoy the show, and thanks for your support. Hi everyone, welcome to episode number 6 of the Unknown Games podcast. We are 6. Wow, you see how I stumbled with that, but it's okay because today Alex is gone. Alex still won't come back from outer space. I keep calling him, Alex, come back home. Actually, just he doesn't even live here, and you just heard another voice. So last week we had a special guest, Anthony, and this week we have another special guest, friend of the show, Revarr.
How's it going, everyone? Revarr, good to see you all.
See that we got all types of voices now. Revarr is calling in, which means that the audio is going to be a little bit different from me and Alex, of course. But I've taken precautions. We've taken pre-precautions, right?
Many precautions. Again, my apologies in advance.
He's like, yes. But yeah, we go way back. We go way back to the days of playing God of War together and living in college dorms. Those trials. Those trials
and tribulations and cheating.
And Trace Plume.
Fear Kratos cheats. I think everyone that knows what I'm talking about.
We God of War 3. You know those trials.
And if you don't, then you just need to YouTube it or actually just play it to experience the suffering and grow from it.
It wasn't as bad in hindsight. But that day,
once you knew the trick that he could not be beat normally and you had to cheat, yes, it wasn't that bad at all.
Cheating is not a good thing, kids. Remember, as I always say, stay in school and don't do drugs. Also add don't cheat to that list. So, as you all know,
unless it's God of War Fear Kratos, because it's required.
This podcast is about video games, the games we play, the games that we love, the games news that we love to report on. And this week we're going to be talking, of course, about what we've been playing and also about the news. There's going to be a sponsorship in the middle of this show, so please support us, give us some money, help us out. We're not desperate. We're just saying.
That tone of your voice, we're not desperate. Say it with confidence.
It's like the tone of your voice. But also I just want to give a huge shout out to all the listeners around the world. We have someone from Finland who listened and gave us an applause, so I just want to say thank you so much. That's awesome. I didn't know that people would listen to our voices.
Your voice is melodious.
There we go. So we're gonna hop into the show. Revarr, what have you been playing or what have you been watching?
Honestly, between work and such, playing, I've been going back, I had to hit up the classic. I was going through Dragon Age, and I was going to finally complete that whole saga, -2, which I didn't hear good things from. But, maybe someone convinced me to touch Dragon Age 2. But before I touched Inquisitions, I had to go and actually finish the story, get that Origins, and then that second part 2, Awakening. And it's been just as good as I remember in college, but better because it's on PC. Nothing glitching out on us because mods. But besides that, watching on Twitch, let's see what I see recently. Got a good view on Blasphemous. That was a very interesting.
Wait, is that the game where you go to hell?
What's that?
Blasphemous.
It's one of those. Ooh.
It's one of those. Like what? So what's the genre?
The genre? It's a combination. It's Metroidvania, which is in itself is a impromptu juxtaposition. So searching about getting your upgrades, upgrading your moves, but it has the Souls feel to it because you will die.
Okay, so what's so blasphemous about it? Like, what
I
makes it
mean, the whole
blasphemous?
theme of it is literally like, so you know how, you know, the souls and had a theme about humanity. Well, blasphemous has this whole theme about the it's interesting. It's kind of like a crux on pseudo religion. It's an interesting spin on the whole religion dogma style that you kind of get through certain different ideologies, and it's just like this group and this whole thing about the miracle. And like just like again, like the Souls games, there's always a theme, and it's about the miracle
Right,
and those that go
right.
after the miracle, and that those are either against the miracle, aka heretics, or those that seek to
That seek to who
follow the
are all
path. But the
about it.
path of the miracle is one of actual pain and toil taken to a very high extreme, and that's why I go the ooh, okay, it's
It's
strange.
like it's strange, but is it interesting to watch? Like, have you like did you
Yeah,
enjoy
it
watching
was
it
interesting to
or
watch. I mean, it was good exploration. It had parts in platforming because again, Metro is 2D, so it's 2D,
right, right,
but it had the soul of a Souls type game, where it's like some platforming and you know, platforming combining with the actual combat was pretty punishing in parts until you got the gist of it. And there were checkpoints, of course, that you could unlock as you go through, and altars that you would basically enable that could allow you to get there. Quick travel
okay,
was not as, I would say, not as easy to use as many would expect, I guess, from like a Souls perspective. But again, it was an
okay,
impromptu combining of the two genres.
right,
But
right.
it was a very solid game watching it being played through. I mean, I honestly would probably pick it up myself to play it if I had the time and or bandwidth. And I got the funds, just don't have the time.
Well, I mean that's something that we both kind of relate to, and I don't know if other people relate to it as well. But like the older you get, the less time you have to play games the way you used to, or the way you kind of want to. So I know for you, you do a lot of like let's plays, or you just watch a lot of games
I
on
watch it.
Twitter,
Yeah, yeah. I use Twitch. Twitch is my venue. I find
Twitch,
folks
yeah,
that are playing
not
games
Twitter.
that either interest me, and I'll stay into it. To either there's a point of going, oh, this is a hard buy for me, and the story is so engaging that I'm not going to watch this get playthrough with this person or just this game. Period, because I wanted to
Right.
experience it for myself. Like for me, one of those games was like Astral Chain. I was like, well, this is cool. I'm not going to continue to watch this because I don't want to see and spoil myself any further.
Okay. Hey, do you actually have a Switch? Are you getting a
I
Switch?
I'm no, but honestly, there's enough titles to justify getting one at this point. I make little promises to myself, like for me, getting the newest and the greatest immediately isn't the biggest bang because you'll eventually burn out of games. Plus, there's enough backlog anyway. But if there are
Yeah.
enough games, which the Switch now has, and that's excluding the indie games because that's Steam games for me.
That's every.
There's
Yeah, it's
there's
like
enough
indie
first
games.
person titles that aren't on other systems that I feel like it's worthwhile now.
That's true. That's true. And like Astral Chain, I think is like like Platinum Games doing Platinum Games best. So it's kind of those things where even if the story is kind of meh or just whatever, like the gameplay itself is going to be on fire.
Oh yeah, I mean, did y'all already take a look at that through your podcast? For was my, I
No,
mean,
no. Like I remember like I don't have a Switch, so I can't play it. I know Alex does, but I just know that you can clothesline people with chains.
let's see. Did you play? Let's see, from a throwback. Did you
It's
ever
like,
play
did you?
Chaos Legion?
Oh, Chaos Legion? Yeah,
Spiritual
yeah. Hold
successor.
up.
Astral Chain is the spiritual successor to Chaos Legion. Anyone who hears that, get it. That's all I gotta say. Like you literally rolling through with your legions from Chaos
That's
Legion, but you
true,
have the chain
dude.
mechanic.
Oh wait, is Chaos Legion on Steam?
I don't
I've been
know. I
looking.
mean, it was a PS2 game.
It's a PS2 game, but I've been wanting to play it again. Like I've been, like I
Listen,
literally
I'm
tried to
about to do some
search for
clicks.
that
I'm about to
game.
do some research right now while we're doing this cast. But I mean, I remember that cover that said, "Yo, if you like Devil May Cry, you'll like this." And I popped it
It was
in.
pretty much Devil May Cry with your stand.
It was Devil May Cry with a stand, but Astral Chain, literally, you have your stands and you collect them as you go through, and they all do different functions that unlock different passes you go through. They just add the chain mechanic. They added the integration with the Switch controller. I don't know if Platinum was got their inspiration from that series, but I was like, "Yo, this is the spiritual successor.
Who
Life is
knows? But
complete." Because I've been waiting for us. I've been waiting for a sequel to that game since Life.
since life was invented,
I
since
mean,
I
since
came
my
into this
life
world, I
began
was waiting.
and I realized it existed.
Because like the thing with Astral Chain is that you also get to play both the like your stand alien whatever dude
Hmm.
and yourself at the same time. So
Exactly, which is
like
just like
yeah,
Legion, Chaos Legion was all AI based, right? And
right.
even in Astral Chain, there is some automation, but there is a direct override. So there's direct override, and then you also get to call it in, and then you get to do them combos where like you be popping them in, hopping off on them, using each other for inertia. I'm like, okay,
See,
we couldn't do this
see,
back in PS2
I'm going
days.
back home, right? I'm going back home in like the next month, and I am tempted to get a Switch Lite. I'm so tempted because I don't want to bring my PS4.
I was
And
tempted to do the Switch Lite just because I talked to folks that because a few of my friends I play my D&D games with like, yo, we got Switch. And it's like, all right, so is there going to be a difference between technologies? Like, nah. But then I also heard about that whole joy drift, and apparently it's still not even fixed on the lights. And
I'm,
since you can't remove the controller pieces, that's a big investment for something to go
it's like
snafu
a
on.
$200 get ready to throw it
Yeah,
away de facto defected piece of equipment.
exactly. So I'm waiting. I don't know. Did they say they're going to do a Switch Part
They
2?
Well, they gave us the slightly better like Switch itself,
Right.
but yeah, those issues aren't fixed. So
Yeah, so until I hear I mean, I'm down to get a Switch, but until I hear that they fixed that whole drift issue, because I got like 3 or 4 PS4 controllers, and none of them have done me dirty. I
a
can't be having a
PS4
system
controller
where
will never do you
I
dirty.
grab some control pads and they go off on me in 6 months, regardless of how much I use them. Because I'm gonna
Man,
go
man.
hard on some games.
So are you looking at anything else or playing anything else?
Let's see. In terms of looking to play anything else, not too much in the interim. We'll see what I have lined up. Let's see. Do I have anything lined up for? Because I have wish lists of things, but
He's like wish listing. I like for me,
I mean,
I can honestly say I'm still playing Apex. They had like the Halloween event that came out, which is a lot of fun. I like playing the zombies more than playing the actual legends, like the precursor. For everyone who doesn't know, the way that you actually play this is, of course, there's 60 people in the lobby. You all jump. It's solos, so you don't have a team with you. But once it gets down to the last 10 legends, did I get this right? 60 people, 30 people, whatever. But the last 10 legends all band together because anyone who's died before that point is turned to a zombie, and then they get to just respawn over and over and try to kill the legends before they can evacuate onto the ship. So it's, I don't know, playing as the zombies is kind of fun because you don't have a lot of communication with each other, but you see on the map like when a fellow zombie has died or when another legend has died. So you all just kind of swarm on certain points, and it's like, yeah, get him, get him. It's hard, but I like it.
but
That's my
rewarding.
Apex talk for the day. That's my Apex talk.
Hey, I mean, it
It,
sounds like a cool thing. Let's see here. Yeah, Steam doesn't have Chaos Legion. Just do that quick search.
man, see that's my life right there. Wanting games that are no longer around.
I mean,
Hashtag.
there's yeah, legally do things
Well,
legal, kids.
we could probably just get it on Amazon or something, right? Like
I
it can't.
mean, let's see.
Someone's selling it.
I'll do the research.
It's like Revarr's over there googling hard. Like, yes, I see this. I see it. Um, But I know before the podcast we were actually talking about, and so we're gonna go on like some anime for a little bit. But you finished Kill la Kill?
Yeah, fortunately, I mean, yes. At the same time, yeah, I finished it.
I
It
heard
was
just yeah,
I mean, Triggers
unfortunately.
was that their second bigly known work?
Yeah, I think it's their second.
Yeah, because first was the legend Gurren Lagann, Tengen Toppa Gurren
which,
Lagann.
which I think actually isn't even
Their
like
first.
actually Trigger. It's not Trigger. It's
Oh, it's not Trigger.
no. It's before they were Trigger.
Oh, so it's kind of like before
Then they
Platinum become
split.
Platinum.
Yeah, they split, and then they formed Trigger and made
Ah, well, I mean, so Kill la
their
Kill,
jam.
you see Kill la Kill just for the quick synopsis from my quick review. I mean, I'm not going to give numbers, but it's if you watch Gurren Lagann and saw how it took just a theme and went hard with it, and it had some elements of let's see, some elements of a little zaniness, and then a little bit of elements of I think even small elements of what's the proper term of it? Etchy. Let's just say etchy. Let's use the proper term
Fan
for it.
service.
Yeah, fan service. If you take the fan service, so Gurren Lagann was theme with going hard. Let's say 75%.
Yep.
Theme hard to 75%. Zaniness that nice 20%, and then fan service about 10%. Take Kill la Kill and flip all those numbers
So it's
in
like,
that direct
so
order.
there are a lot of people
Fan
who are like,
service
and what's
75%.
wrong with that?
Theme was about
What's
the
wrong with
10%,
that?
and the zaniness was about the 20%. I mean, it had a theme. It just
I don't know.
wasn't very
Zaniness, it's pretty
strong
zany.
pronounced.
It's kind of. I think it's still kind of zany. But the fan service is definitely toned up a
It's
lot
toned
more.
up. I mean, not to the point that it's to almost to the point where you're like, I'm gonna have to focus, not focus because of
Well, it's because like the fan service is actually intertwined with the theme
with
this
the
time
theme.
around,
Yes, I
right?
mean it's intertwined with the theme, but then again, it just takes it from Trigger's typical 110. Like the 110 is not in the theme; it's
Yeah,
in the service, which is subtext with the theme. The subtext
right.
of the theme is very, very subtext until 3/4 in.
Yeah. So like I overall found Kill la Kill to be. So I was watching it in Japanese, without any subs or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
and so like there are aspects that I miss when I watch stuff in Japanese,
Mm.
but like overall I just wasn't feeling it as much. But and it's also I think contributed because I went in thinking I was gonna get a Gurren Lagann. I went in thinking the wrong thing. I should just went in thinking nothing,
See, I came
and
in
it would
with
have been
that
fine maybe.
expectation, but at the same time tempered because someone's like, it's different. Okay, so I slide in, and to be honest, it did have that it had that going hard for the first 3 episodes because for the first 3 episodes it hit all the points of like, oh, this about to
It hit
go
it, yeah.
hard, this
It's
about
like
to go
yo,
hard, and then it went on not slow burn but medium burn.
so like if we kind of contrast that to Premiere or Promare, I don't know how you want to say it,
Yeah, yeah,
which
Promare.
came out, which that movie is fire. That movie is literally every series they've ever done combined into a movie, but still slapped up with. I mean, you got Kamina just straight up in it. I
I
don't even
mean,
think we
within
need
that,
to.
that pretty much sells it. I mean,
And we
because
got drill knees. We got everything. Like this is that movie. When I saw it was just hot fire. I'm like, dang. Oh man, I could watch this again. When the music, the soundtrack is epic. Like, yeah, I think
I,
if you haven't
I,
seen that, you should go see it in America.
yeah,
It's out now
I'm
somewhere.
probably gonna look that up. I'm probably gonna hit that up, nigga, when I need a nice little burn to hit up because yeah, my anime grind has not been that bad. I need to start loading a few more animes to watch up. But yeah, Kill la Kill. It was like I said. It takes if you take Gurren Lagann and kind of flip it, it has everything in Gurren Lagann, but in flip proportions. But the last few episodes, I got that kick. I did not get a straight up kick like that. The feels of Gurren
Yeah,
Lagann till those last couple episodes. I was like, all right, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the theme hard. And Gurren Lagann had you keep on feeling that like in nice beats. Like I think I felt that beat like what 5 or 6 times throughout the whole 26 episode run of that
that's
series.
because we had so much loss in that anime. There's literally so much loss.
There's loss and then and then perseverance. And I guess that is
Perseverance,
true.
loss, redemption. There's a lot of different little tones and themes going on in Gurren Lagann, which
And condensed too.
really help
Like
it.
they did it
Yeah,
well in a condensed format.
yeah,
Like
for
normally you
sure.
have to need a whole few arcs and time skips to resolve half the crap they did in Gurren Lagann. They're like, nope,
No time skips here. No Boruto.
no, we're not doing that.
It's like I think I heard my voice on your through your speakers like an echo or something. It's like no Boruto, and it's just all no Boruto.
No, Lord.
Poor Naruto's dad.
Yeah, poor Naruto's dad and his
Oh
son.
man. Oh, sorry, Boruto's dad. There we go.
Yes, Boruto's
Naruto's
dad's
dad
the
is
meme. You messed up the memeage. Meme police are after you
so.
now.
So we are of course we're a games podcast, but we also talk anime and little things, pop culture whenever we have the chance to. So that's a little bit of that.
As
I don't
much as
know if
we
you
know, as us old fogies,
us old foggies, man, old foggies. Kids don't know what foggies are anymore.
I mean, I don't know what fogies are. I think I have to look that up on the internet. So
So
we're
they're
not as
not
old as we
old enough
thought
to
we
be a
were.
foggy. But yeah, if you have anything else, like anything else you're playing, watching,
Let's see. In
if
terms of
not, then
playing,
we'll move on. Move on.
nothing on the direct. I mean, I'm probably gonna start dipping into my into my
Backlog?
backlog of games, and or I do have a few things on wish list. I mean, I want to finally hit near Automata up and finally. But
Yo,
again, that's
same
not
here.
something I played, but it's on my list.
That's the one that I want to. So like I played the demo when it came out, and I wasn't feeling it. Like I'm not feeling the whole like near automata big boss fights. That's the one thing about Platinum games that I'm not the biggest fan of, is these over the top boss fights that I can't wrap my head around. I just don't like fighting them sometimes.
Really?
Um, yeah, I had the same issue in like Bayonetta or any
Or
of their games.
Revengeance?
You know, Revengeance, I have and still need to play. It's in the backlog. It's literally
Really? It
on
is a
the
nice, quick
rack.
8 hour fun. I mean, that is something that's a demo game almost.
Yeah, so it's like I love their combat, but sometimes I don't like how it's applied in every situation throughout, because they try to give you a good variety of games of
Mm.
gameplay, which I do respect. So it's just a me thing. I don't think it's a Platinum Games thing. They go over the top. That's what they do. So, but I need to play it. Everyone
It,
says it's good. The
it
soundtrack is
is.
fire.
It's a very solid side story to the whole cacophony
Near.
Kingdom Hearts level complexity of the Metal Gear series.
See, that's someone wanted a Wikipedia and a
I mean, it needs Wikipedia Metal Gear series. I mean, that's how you
and,
know you have a
and it did. It got an encyclopedia. PS4. I have that encyclopedia. No,
an
PS3. Sorry.
actual. I thought you were talking about like a wikia.
Oh. Well, we'll have to check back in, and hopefully we'll both be playing that. Maybe we can do it. We can just buy it on PC. Maybe it's cheap on PC.
Which game?
It's never really on sale
Near?
that much. Yeah, near.
Yeah, I mean,
You already
yeah,
have
I
it?
got it for PS4, but if I mean, I just put it on the wish list
Oh,
for my
okay.
wife to pick up. I mean, God
I
knows
don't
when
know,
that's gonna
man.
happen, but
I'm thinking about maybe just getting it for PC, I guess, and then
sure,
if it doesn't go on sale, then just stream it. We can do streams.
that sounds good.
Yay! That Destiny
I,
life.
I mean, I got the camera sitting right on top of my PC in case they need to see the infamous one.
The infamous one. But yeah, so thank you all. We're actually going to take a small break. We're going to come back with the news. We're going to have a little sponsor break. Wait, we're going to have a message from our sponsors. There we go.
Yes,
Lovely
sponsors are
Anchor.
great.
Sponsors break. We hope you enjoy it. And continue. Yeah, come back. Stay with us. Don't leave us, because we don't
Yeah,
want to be talking to ourselves alone.
I mean, I'm confident that you'll be back. Is what he's saying.
Exactly. So see you on the next little part of the podcast. There we go. All right, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for continuing to join us. It's me and Revarr. We're going to talk some news. And there's been a lot of things in the news from last week, because we're always kind of a week behind, but we're trying to catch up. It just works like that. But there were a lot of stories from, of course, the Blizzard thing continuing to League just going ham and announcing everything under the sun. And we have a couple of other things. It's a little small tidbits of news. And remember, we get all of our stories from Polygon, Kotaku, heck, PC Gamer, any place that we find that we actually like and find credible. I said find a lot. Anyways, we're gonna start with the League of Legends 10th anniversary stream announcements, because that was that was that was unexpected.
They shotgunned all over us.
They literally had a shotgun in a spread of
Felt kind of
games,
violated. I'm not gonna
like
lie.
in the right, because the thing is last year, or was it this year, we had team fight tactics, right?
Yeah.
So that was the first kind of expansion upon League, and even before that, they had like an event where you could kind of go in and play League with teams, like with your friends, kind of against one enemy, which is kind of like, I guess, Diablo stylish, but it was still based in League. But now we've heard a long time ago, years ago, they bought this one fighting game studio that made Rising Thunder. And then, we kind of have heard that, for 10 years, you think they would have came with another game, right?
I mean, it's Riot. That's the common meme. It's like Riot's got one game with game modes, and
Exactly. One
but
game.
apparently they've been listening, or they knew, or somebody marketing finally said we got to diversify or die.
we gotta put out. So we have all these random project names: Project F, Project L. And I'm like,
Project
why?
Death? No, no, that's not one of the projects, guys. Sorry.
As long as it's not Project Fail, we're good.
I
Project F.
mean, honestly, because League was rough. I mean, I used to watch streamers because I played it just amateurishly, and it was enjoyable, but it was too much of a time commitment, so I let it go. And I was
Yeah,
watching streamers, and I thought people were energetic about the game, and over the span of about 2 3 years,
blew
every
up.
major streamer of it was done. They do become variety streamers. They just said, "Man, it ain't fun. F this." I was like, "Whoa."
And Project F, F this. No. Okay, but Project F is the this is the Diablo action adventure kind of isometric like game. Um, which hey, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I know I have some friends who are looking forward to that. I think that like League, I can't get into the world itself because there's just so much backstory and there's so many characters. But putting in something like a Diablo style type game, I think is good.
I mean, yeah, I feel like the Diablo style, or I mean, well, that's Path of Exile. I mean, they've already proved that the formula can expand out from different developers, and it worked. And they have the lore. I remember piecing together little tidbits, and they've revamped the lore like 2 or 3 times. So
Right.
either or, with enough post-its and put it all together in a comprehensible form, it'll be fine. I mean, there's enough lore there, and it's pretty interesting. But Diablo type one was a team fight tags was like what I forgot what's the style of those games. I still don't understand what's
So
really happening.
so like I guess to break everything down before we go back into it. So Project F is this the kind of Diablo like style action game isometric. The tactical shooter that they announced, yeah, a first person shooter, is under Project A, and then Project L is the fighting game. So those are the three games they announced. They also
Hmm.
announced that they're going to be putting League of Legends on mobile and console.
Oof. I mean,
Uh,
yes,
and also, what is the last? There's one more game.
they have the Hearthstone replacement, the
The
Legends of
Hearth,
Runeterra.
the
I mean,
Hearthstone replacement.
I'm not. I'm sorry. That makes it sound like it's hot fire.
I think
The
it's called
Hearthstone
Runeterra.
equivalent.
The Hearth. There we go. See, we know how to make it sound proper. The
I
Hearthstone
mean,
equivalent,
unless the ride y'all want to slide a few dollars, then I mean, we'll say Hearthstone replacement, a hot beat. I mean,
which
hashtag sellout.
which is Runeterra, and that's you can actually play Runeterra now, or you can get into the beta. Try to get into the beta. But yeah, going back to what we were talking about. What were we talking about?
We were talking about all the different projects and how Riot's diversifying the bonds and finally stop being the one trick pony they've always been for years. That's been failing them.
So I see all of these projects as a way of catching Riot up, catching them up, or in terms of, like you said, providing an equivalent. Because all of these games, in a way, except for the first-person shooter, are.
Overwatch.
Well, I think they said it's not actually going to be hero-based, but they're aiming for something more like a CS:GO.
Okay.
Yeah. So it doesn't have. I don't. If I'm correct, it doesn't have anything to do with League. So it's completely separate from that universe.
Oh, separate from the universe. I was like, okay, because otherwise they still could do it because there's actual warring armies and factions, so they still could do. What was that
Yeah.
weird one? That weird one that was like it was based on fantasy, but it was still just a battle royale. Anyway, but yeah, continue on.
But
Oh
yeah,
yeah, so
so
when they get back when they get into the BR market, is that another project?
maybe I don't know.
All right,
Probably
sorry, continue.
they
I
probably
mean,
got
because
everything.
they
But
get the Apex equivalent. I mean, we might have something.
that battle
League of Legends
royale,
fighters in the Apex environment.
exactly. So the mobile versions of the games, so they're coming. Team Fight Tactics is coming to mobile along with League. Now that's just like auto chess. That's what we are saying. Yeah, Team
Yeah,
Fight
it's like auto
Tactics.
chess equivalent.
It's an auto chess. It's actually fun. I actually enjoy playing it.
I just don't
Uh,
understand the whole system. I mean, are intrigued enough that
it's a
I'm like,
match
oh,
three.
this.
You match three heroes and to make a stronger version of that hero, to then match three more, to match three more. So you can get up to like a 3-star version of a hero, right?
Oh, okay, so it's
Uh,
kind of gotcha, but there's tactics behind it.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of gotcha. It's a little bit of random. You can still place your
Units.
your units on the board in any order you want to, which helps determine how strong, or like defensive. And there's a lot of different buffs as well. Like if you have three, I don't know what they're called, warriors, I guess warrior types, then you'll get like a buff. Or if you have more than three, it's like six, you'll get another buff. And it works like that with all the different classes. So you get class
Okay.
buffs. So it's actually really, really easy and a lot of fun. And you don't have to know a lot about League or anything. You just play.
Right. That's
But
why I
yeah,
saw
so
it got
that's
traction. That's all getting traction. I was like, okay, Riot's innovating in terms of using their IP in different
right.
avenues.
They have enough characters to do it with,
Lord knows
and
they
so
do. I mean,
like
when we get in the Skullgirls fight, which is all League of Legends players, I mean,
we are getting that. That's
I know
the
apparently.
fighting game, which had like 4 seconds of footage of the actual mechanics, which or not mechanics, just just like a kind of behind the scenes thing. So this game, like at the end, they're like, we're gonna go dark for a while, and they just showed two characters, which looked pretty much animated with some effects and everything. Which so I'm just gonna say it's still really early, super early. We're not playing this game for maybe 2 years. That's my opinion.
Makes sense. I mean, they're just showing the roadmap, and they're showing that hey, we're doing things. Here's our Hearthstone equivalent. Well, they'll probably start phasing in their different games, making sure that
What
their pieces work because they don't want to have blot and then have multiple points of failure. They don't want to have a what's the word that what's that company that they got Thanos Bioware. They want to get they don't want to have Anthem of their dying day to just occur.
Oh,
And
I see what you did there. Oh, the anthem of their dying. Yeah, yeah. They don't want that. They
rest
want
in
their
peace. So
fans.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're gonna take it slow, but like, hey, we're here, we're doing stuff. We aren't just the one trick pony of 10 years.
and
We've
here's
secured enough
quality.
funds, and we're not pulling a epic fail. We're doing a let's see, what's the right pun? We're riding against all the backlash, and we're gonna pass through the blizzard, and we're gonna come out on top.
We're gonna weather that storm. And I think the thing what is really important is that if you're already into League, I think this is really amazing for a lot of League fans.
Mm-hmm.
All of these, you can play League on your phone. If you weren't already playing a League clone to get your fix on phone or team fight tactics kind of game, those are already there. So, but there are going to be some people who kind of get in who aren't League fans, and there's also
Yep.
the Runeterra, the card game, the Hearthstone equivalent, and that's similar, right? So, like I said, that's why it's
Yeah, and strong
catching them
folks in. I
up.
mean, I saw people playing team fight tactics. Main players like my man. Well, I'm not gonna name drop, but certain streamers that are just variety. We're playing
Right, right.
team type tactics, and they never played League of Legends. Like it was that well done enough that they just slid in and started
Just
playing
slid
it,
in.
and had no idea about the lore, and go, oh, okay, well I'll do this, and they had a decent enough time playing it.
And so hopefully the I know a lot of people are going to be really curious on that tactical shooter and also the fighting game. So hopefully that draws a lot of new people into League or not the main game but just into the universe. And I think that's going to be something that they are hoping for in the
Or
future.
at least give Riot some cred, more cred.
You mean some of that them Riot points, give them some more money. Okay.
I mean, that credit equals money in this day and age, but yes.
So
Well,
flipping over
depends
to
on the
the
business.
opposite, I'm gonna I'm gonna flip over to the opposite of good news, bad news. Blizzard still, man. So first of all, they had Overwatch launched on the Switch last week, and it was supposed to be a happy occasion at the Nintendo World Store. They're gonna do some signings, and voice actors gonna be up there. It's gonna be hype. Turn up, turn down. For what? Turn down. Just turn down.
Just turn it off. Not even turn it
Just
down,
turn it
turn it
off.
off.
Just turn it off. So they canceled that. It's like, sorry. They put out a tweet, and it's just, or Nintendo NYC put out a tweet. It's like, the previously announced event has been canceled by Blizzard. We apologize for the inconvenience. I
And then
wonder why.
the whole world heard this.
The whole world, yeah, the whole world just snapped their finger and said, "Well, we know why. Mm-hmm. We think we do." And following that, there was I've seen this story on a couple of different websites. There was this American University Hearthstone team that held up a sign. This is on an American stream. This is on a English stream, at least. That just said "Free Hong Kong," you know, free it up. and they got their suspension for 6. Well, they got suspended. They got punished. Now, the thing that they were really upset about was that they did this after Blitzchung did his. Well, after that incident happened, pretty soon after that, and Blizzard didn't punish them. They didn't have any type of punishment immediately. They were upset that they didn't immediately get punished, and they said that this shows Blizzard's hypocrisy and how it treats different regions.
But they got punished later.
But they got punished later, and the guy who he was just like, "Yo, this is my last game of Hearthstone, anyways." So I figured I'd just try this. So I'm like, what?
So this is going to get to a fun. So I don't know, just observing the news. This is all, of course, taking with a grain of salt because I am just an opinion in the masses. But this is saying that something is unequivalent. It's like, oh, you didn't get us immediately. For someone, and there's bias based on regions. Now, coming from a man who works in the actual corporation that is multinational. Right. Yes, dimwit. It is different per region. That's what legal laws are for. When you work in different regions, you play by the laws of their land, unless it counteracts the laws that your headquarters is based in. Blizzard is an American company, right?
Yeah.
As far as we know.
So like,
unless someone took up the shares,
right?
So if you're an American and you throw a free Hong Kong, that's not breaking any American laws. Now, when you get the whole snafu that happened over in Southeast Asia, you're stepping in a whole murky water. If you can't even talk about land rights in certain areas without getting in trouble. Yeah, and that's where the whole controversy came up. So, yes, there's going to be a difference in time delay in terms of being punished based on what you say and the global aspect of it and whatever, because it's not like you're saying hell Hitler, which is a whole different conversation topic that might not ever even come up on this podcast. But the point is, yes, there's going to be different punishments from different regions because an international company or a company that works in international areas has to respect the laws of the lands that they're at. And that's not saying that Blizzard did completely right and how scorched earth they did the whole treatment of Homeboy there. But, I mean, real talk, that's pretty contrite and pretty, what's the word I want to put, American special? No, privileged. Special. That's privileged.
Privileged special. Well, I mean, like he had this dude Chambers had he put out a tweet following up on his original claiming that saying that Blizzard is has that his hypocrisy. He's just like, yeah, this one was pretty cut and dry. We knew we were going what we were doing and expected the punishment. The problem was Blizzard ignoring our protests for PR reasons, but going after Blitzchung. And then after that, of course, he confirmed that he was quitting after having played over 15,000 matches, suspension or not. The game that we lost last night was my last game of Hearthstone ever, he said. And yes, so that happened. I think, what we're going to see over the next couple of weeks until it dies down are people continuing to kind of test how far they can go with this, what they can say, specifically in Hearthstone, and maybe because other companies, Riot has also, said that we encourage you not to have any political speech on our streams. Which is
that's called businessese. It's proper business protocol.
Yeah, as opposed to Epic. Epic just said, say what you want. Now, no, Epic is not really in the esports business outside of Fortnite, which is really huge, which is really, really, really huge. But yeah, so that's their stance. But yeah, like I said, we're going to see a lot of different kind of twists on this story that will continue to grow, I think.
Knowledge question. Is Epic so Epic and Fortnite they're major over in Southeast with Fortnite?
Well, so living here in Japan, we Fortnite is pretty big. Mm-hmm. It's big, of course, around the world, but Fortnite is huge because they have the personalities, the streamers,
Of course. But my main question is, in the markets, are they hitting China?
No, actually, I don't know about China. That's a good question.
I mean, if they're in China, then they're, I bet you some me swallowing some crow that they would change their voice real quick. Because
and
Japan,
someone,
I mean, that's
yeah,
just an extension of just global market. They know how to be polite. America knows how to be polite. End of story. As soon as you tap into China, that hard market, your tone changes. That's capitalism mixing in. That's just economicalism. That's my opinion, at least. Again, not saying anyone did anything right or wrong, but we're gonna see folks just hitting the hard wall of just like here's reality, and they're gonna bicker about it. Blizzard's in damage control mode, and
exactly.
I hear there's a little something. Is that on my side? What's going on
Yeah,
here?
I think I heard like a what's happening on your call from your side. What's happening? But I'm gonna actually go on to the next story,
Sounds good.
and we're gonna wrap this up a little bit quickly here. Now, Fortnite, of course, had its crazy, crazy, wacky season 10 ending, which I watched it. Let's just say the entire map got sucked into a black hole. That's
Yep, the
all
G
that needs to
well.
be said. It got G-Welled so badly that players, like, you would literally start the game and all you would see was like, I'm starting the gig game. Black hole. I'm getting sucked into a black hole. I can't even start the game. Which is this is actually really funny. If you can find the secrets online, that they people have streamed it, but yeah. So Fortnite, it's still alive, still kicking. I like how they do their kind of big changes. I think those are pretty funny with the map and everything. Next up, for all of us anime fans, of course, Cowboy Bebop remake, not remake,
Yeah,
live
you gotta be careful
action.
with those words, fam.
Yeah, it's like if we
Boy,
get a
you had
remake,
me
or
happy
even
when you
if we
first
get
said
like a
this.
sequel, hey man, we all floating in the we're floating. We're floating. But unfortunately John Cho was injured on the set, and it was, he plays Spike Spiegel in this remake, so the main man himself. Unfortunately, this injury, they said it's like a freak accident. Unfortunately, is gonna like set back production 9 months, 8 to 9 months, which is a long time. So we were
Hey,
hoping to get
it gives them
this.
time to work on their material. I mean, Lord knows with the track records, they're gonna need it.
They're gonna need it, and yeah, Netflix is saying they're gonna stick with him. So they, it's still early in production, but they're gonna stick with him. So they're gonna wait it out, and yeah, hopefully we get a good quality production of Cowboy Bebop. I know the dog is cute as heck. Thank you for getting a cute dog. Thank you for
We
getting the
need it.
right dog.
It's gonna probably carry it, just like. Oh wait, I can't talk about that. But yeah, just like that one video that we saw growing up in college.
Just like that
Dollar for a
that one
dream.
video.
Dollar for a dream.
Uh, that one video. And of course, this is the last story that I found a lot. This is sounded so funny to me. So Katsuhiro Harada. So you might know Harada-san from being the producer of Tekken. He's like tired of people requesting Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC characters, like spamming him on the Twitter. Like, oh, hey, can you ask Sakurai-san to put this dude up in his game? He's like, look, listen, okay, let me find the
You get
quote,
the
because
exact
this dude,
quote.
these quotes are good. So he's been asked to put like Crash Bandicoot, Doom guy, Master Chief, sort of, Puyo Puyo, just different characters,
Yep,
and
yep.
he's not even like really working on the game. I don't think. Maybe he is. I know like the last one, Bandai Namco helped out with it, so maybe so, but he's just like, look, I talked with Mrs. Sakurai and Bandai Namco's Smash development team so that your request will not be approved as much as possible. He's like, you guys are a spammer, and so he says that, yeah, you guys are a spammer. I hope so your request won't be. So he follows up with this tweet, and he's just like, if you are still relentlessly spamming, that just means hampering the work of Sakurai and Bandai Namco's Smash development team. Just one tweet is enough for requests. Do not spamming to us. Developers don't negotiate with spammer and terrorist.
And terrorist.
And terrorist. And and terrorist. So I'm just thinking spammers equals terrorist.
I mean, he said spammers, not or, and
and
they're in the same
and
level. I mean,
and same level.
considering this social network environment, and folks doing folks dirty based on the hive mind. Yeah, I can see that. I
I
can
just
see
find it
that.
so funny. I just you know, Thank
Spammers
you.
equals trolls equals terrorists.
there's no worse form of terrorism than
Mental terrorism.
mental terrorism or
So y'all
physical
remember that
terrorism.
out there.
Or, oh gosh,
It's like if you got your opinions, I respect your opinions, but don't form mob mentality and try to lynch folks over them, because lynching is bad. That's
lynching
right.
is very
Lynching
bad.
is bad, no matter what platform. And I would know,
Dang.
not from experience, but from history.
Oh, see, there we go. This is what happens when you get the two of us together. Our conversations. But it's
In the
been a good
darkness.
show. It's been a good show. I've really enjoyed it. I hope that you all have enjoyed listening. We went a little bit longer this week, not too much longer, but thank you all, as always, for joining us. We're going to be back next week. I believe Alex should be back from outer space. If he's not, then I've got another guest lined up. And as always, we can have guests come in to help us and to get extra perspective. It's been really nice having eye-opening. Revarr, what'd you think?
I think it was a great show. I just hope everyone doesn't wind up saying, "Man, this dude over here talking about Blizzard." But other than that, which again, I respect y'all opinions. I just have my own as well. And I think at the end of the line, we'll see what happens to Blizzard at the end of the day. I mean, pro tip, they're going to be around. But we'll see. I mean, pro tips, they're going to be around. Let's be real. But, I think it was enjoyable just, get down and talk through and remind me what stuff I need to probably hit up in terms of gaming and beyond.
There we go.
And I might get on some of that team fight tactics because that sounds like it's pretty interesting.
You should hop on it. We can hop on it together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Teamwork
makes the dream work.
There we go. Man, I love that thing. I love that saying so much. Well, we're going to head out. We're going to let you guys enjoy your weekend or the start of your week. Thank you all for joining us. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at UGP_cast. Leave us a tweet or comment us, reshare the tweet. Let your friends know that we are available on Spotify. We're available on Anchor. You can listen to us almost everywhere. Minus
give us your throwbacks.
Exactly. We're trying to get on iTunes still, but leave us a 5-star review. Let us know what you think of the show. You can leave us a message on our Anchor page. Let us know what you've been playing. And yeah, I think that's about it. As always, remember, you set the tone. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Enjoy your games. And
enjoy your life.
Next week, we're out. Peace.
Peace.